Okay, let's go over our skill 4.2, which is solving a system of equations using the substitution method. And what we did in class is we had the scenario. I'm not going to go over it. I'm just going to kind of show you the process. So please stop this video and look through those questions really quick if you wanted to kind of do it on your own. But basically, we had these two companies, and we're trying to figure out which one is going to be the best option for us. We don't know how many windows we're cleaning, so we're looking for which one is the cheaper option. And since we don't know the actual number, our answer here can vary depending on that. But we need to figure out at least when are the companies the same, if they are ever, and then we can make a decision there. And so a lot of us in class went with a numerical approach. So we took the Sunshine Express and the Painless company, and you can see it here. Sunshine will start with $50 for their service fee, so they'll show up, you gotta pay $50. Painless will start with theirs at $25, and then each one charges actually a different rate per window. So Sunshine actually charges $10 per window, so you can see that this is increasing by 10 for every one window. And then Painless in green is charging 15 per window, and you can see that going up by 15 there. And so if I were to look for where the solution is, remember, a solution to a system is when the equations are the same or the intersection point. And what I'm looking here is, what I'm looking for, is where they're the same, which is at 5 windows and $100. Numerically, we can see that is our solution. At 5 windows, they're exactly the same. So if I want to present an argument, I would say if you have less than 5 windows, you're going with Sunshine. No, sorry, you're not going with Sunshine, you're going with Painless, because you can see Painless is much cheaper until we get to the 5, and then Painless is going to be much more expensive. So if it's less than 5 windows, we're going with Painless. If it's more than 5 windows, we're going to go with Sunshine, because as you can see, they are much cheaper than Painless. So that is seeing it numerically. If I were to do this graphically, you would see the same thing. Sunshine starts at 50, and that's going up 10 for every one. That's the slope. And you can see that progression happen in that blue line. Painless is here in green. It starts at 25, and then it's going up 15 and over 1. That's the slope, up 15 and over 1. And you can see that progression as well. And notice we'll see this graphically. The same solution at 5 windows is $100 right here where the two lines intersect. You can see that this is 5 windows at $100. Okay? So we can see the solution to a system numerically and graphically. So how do we see it algebraically? Well, what we were looking at is we wanted to see when these costs, the two costs, were the same. So since y is the cost, how about I set these two equations equal to each other? Or in other words, since I want to find the same cost, I'm going to take this, which is the Painless equation, and replace it with y there. So now this is 25 plus 15x equal to 50 plus 10x, because my goal is to figure out when are they the same. And since I can substitute Painless in for y, since I want to know, since their costs have to be the same, then I could just do that and now solve. And now this is what we did in Unit 1, where you had to solve equations with variables on both sides. And the key thing here is you want to get rid of one of the variables on one of the sides. In this case, I'm going to get rid of 10x, because then if I subtract it, I notice I don't have to deal with anything negative. If I were to subtract 15 over, or get rid of the 15, I have to subtract 15, and 10 minus 15 is a negative. I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather stick with a positive if I can. So I'm going to get rid of that 10x. So if I get rid of that 10x, I have to get rid of 10x's on the left. That would leave me with 25 plus 5x equal to 50. And then once I'm here, I have one variable on one side, which is fantastic. Now I need to get rid of anything on the left that isn't with the x. So I can't divide by 5 first. I can't do that because I have to follow or undo the order. And if I look here, I got to get rid of that 25. So I'm going to take away 25, take away 25 here, end up with 5 times x equal to 25. And now it's a multiplication problem. 5 times 1 gives me 25. Well, that answer would be 5. If you're not sure, you will divide by 5. And now I see that my x, or in this case, number of windows, is 5. And you should see that that matches our solution numerically and graphically. It's the exact same. And if I want to find the y value, let's assume I didn't know of the actual cost numerically or graphically, that's supposed to be 100. I can take that 5 and I can replace it with any x, either in the first equation or the second equation. It doesn't matter because we found out when they're the same, so it doesn't matter which one we plug into. Just plug into which equation seems easier. The top one seems easier to me because that's just 10 times 5, so I'm going to replace this x with 5. Let me do it down here. So y equals 50 plus 10 times 5. I'll put it in a parenthesis to show that I'm replacing it. And 10 times 5 is 50. 50 plus 50 is 100. So my solution is the same as what we saw numerically and graphically. So our emphasis for this lesson was how do we solve a system of equations algebraically? And the one method that we could use is substitution. So if you were to go on the next page, you would see some different examples here. You'd see, I don't know if you remember this, but from Unit 1, we looked at Mr. Scott's push-up challenge and Victor's push-up challenge. And the question was, when would they complete the same number of push-ups and on it? Sorry, on what day would they have the same number of push-ups? So in a similar way, we want to know when do they have the same y values? When do they have the exact same number of push-ups? So what I could do is take Victor's equation here and replace it with y, and therefore set them equal to each other, and then solve for x. And this is how I can solve a system of equations algebraically. And so now here, it's just simplification, or what you're doing, the first step is probably distributing the 3 through. So that'd be 3x minus 12 plus 2. This would be 2x minus 2 plus 3. We combine like terms here, just get it to be a little more simpler. That's 3x minus 10. This is 2x plus 1. And now it's the same process I described above. We have variables on both sides. So now I just need to get rid of one of them. I'm going to get rid of the 2x. That means I need to get rid of 2x on the left. That leaves me with x minus 10 equal to 1. I'll add the 10 to get rid of that negative 10. And my answer is on day 11, they would have be the same. And if I want to know how many push-ups that would be, I could replace the x into either the Victor's equation or my equation. It doesn't matter. I'm going to choose my equation because it's me. Yay. So 11 goes in. This is really 11 minus 1, which is 10. So that's 2 times 10 plus 3. 2 times 10 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. So my solution would be x is 11, y equals 23. And that's really the basic idea of what we're doing here. Is if you have both equations and do you see how they're both y equals? Or in other words, when they're both in slope-intercept form, which another way of saying that would be y equals mx plus b. If both of them are in that form, then the idea is you're simply substituting the 7x in for this y, and then you're solving for x. You're solving an equation with variables on both sides, and that's basically all this is algebraically, which makes it really nice. So sometimes we want to approach a problem, and algebraic methods may be the method we choose. Because as you can see, I can find that solution relatively quickly if I'm comfortable with solving. And then once I have one of the variables, I just plug into one of the equations. In this case, I'll plug in the first one. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 is 4. So my solution would be 1 comma 4. Or in other words, this is the coordinate. If I were to graph them, you would see they would intersect right here at 1, 4. In other words, when x is 1, y is 4. And that's the idea. So hopefully that made sense. Please let me know. I encourage you to finish up these practice problems that you see. Solutions will be online for you. But again, that's the key idea here is we want to find the solution to a system algebraically, not just numerically and graphically, because algebraically can be a little bit faster if we don't want to sketch a graph or if we don't want to create a table of values. And there you go. That's it. Let me know if you need any help or you have any questions.